What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Import Modify. We're going to continue on with the SRT4, and I've been cleaning up brackets and everything. And I got to tell you that between the two used cars that I bought in order to make one good one, I do have a nice little selection of used parts that I've been throwing onto the build, and that's been saving me money, like these billet brackets and everything. You know, I did have to take the time to clean up the bolts and everything to get the rust off and throw a light layer of paint on them so that it more or less matches the engine. The thing about, you know, making something nice is everything else pretty much has to follow, and it gets time consuming. So I'm trying to do things in a timely manner, but we got to get moving on with this thing, and I got to do things in steps because over here I got brakes, front and rear, you know, slotted and drilled rotors. And before we put axles in, we got to do the wheel bearings, and we got to do might as well do the brakes. And the brake calipers, I'm going to clean those up and paint them like the valve cover and everything, so it'll pop behind the white wheels. So yeah, we're just going to get as much as we can done on this episode. I'm not making no ultimate goal, and when I feel I have enough footage or my time runs out, we'll end it. So let's get it started.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life.
As I'm putting the wiring harness onto the connectors, I'm noticing how bad this harness actually really is. Here's the crank connector right here, crank sensor. Look at that. Plus, there's a lot of this rubber kind of coating on some of the connectors. It's like a plastic, I don't know what it is. Messed up. Injectors missing, frayed. You guys get the idea. And I was following it up, and looks like there's a main connector right there. So my thoughts, donor car. A little dirty, but we can clean things up. Right here we got, okay, where's the injectors? Okay, injectors right here, here. Yeah, I'm gonna take this harness right here and I'm gonna clean it up, and we're gonna use that one on the car. There's no sense in doing all that work when I got something right here that's more usable. Let's go ahead, take this off, clean it, and install it.
I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's
All right, I couldn't help myself. I was looking at the harness, and even after cleaning it, it was just too ratty looking, and it takes away from the work that I put on the engine and the engine bay. So you gotta take care of those things while you can. So I took the time and I re-loomed the harness for the most part with new electrical tape. I got rid of that OEM electrical duct tape that the factory uses. Over time, it just loosens up and just becomes a mess like that. It just frays out everywhere. So I used some high-end 3M Super 33 Plus. It's a high-grade electrical tape, and you know, I re-loomed it with that and cleaned up some of the plastic looming and everything. And I still got to clean the connectors just a little bit more. I did leave this open because they did splice some wires in there, and I want to look at, actually this one goes in there. Yeah, so I want to look at what they spliced and what it goes to, and I will repair that on a later note. I just left it open for the time being because I want to get it in the engine bay and see how well it looks. So let's go ahead and take care of that now.
I have a short memory, I don't really remember things. That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose.
All right, things are moving along on the SRT4. We got the engine harness in and it looks a lot better, guys. Yeah, nice and clean looking. So that's the way it should look with the way the engine looks and everything. So step by step, we're gonna get this thing looking right and we're gonna get it running right. But I wanna take a moment. It's early in the morning, by the way, and I don't really have much scheduled today, so I'm gonna jump in on the SRT4. That's why it's in this video, but I'm gonna take a second and talk about up and coming project that I'm gonna jump back in on, and this is this RB25 swap Z32. And I started this project a very long time ago, then took on what I thought was going to be quicker projects in between. And if you know the project life, you start a build and you get other builds in between. Next thing you know, that build you initially started is years later, and that is the Z32. But I have everything stripped down in the engine bay for the most part, and my plan is to take care of the rust. I did take the battery tray out. That thing was really rusted bad, so more than likely I'm gonna, you know, locate the battery to the rear. But I want to put that RB25 in here. I need to mock things up, honestly, because like I was thinking about, you know, what brackets need to stay in the engine bay and all that stuff. And I think before I paint the engine bay, I need to take the time and mock things up, get the engine in, get the transmission in, get the motor mounts, everything situated. And I think that's going to be happening relatively soon. You see the 240Z up there? That's almost done. All I have left to do on this is put a tachometer in there to get it working, because the old school tach doesn't work with the setup that I have. And once I get the tach in there, get it all working, I just have to finish the tune and that thing is done. And that's going to free up room. And when that frees up room, Z32 is going to go on there, and I'm going to start hammering away on getting this thing mocked up, because it's been way too long and this thing is way too pretty, and that build is way too unique. Not many people have that kind of car, and I really want to get it done. RB25 Z32, it's coming. Stay tuned.
And I feel like the patient lasts. If you can move on and past the things that make you feel bad, and you could change in your brain, I'm certain. I've done it before, and man, I'm not perfect. I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again.
All right, so these hubs are pretty straightforward getting the bearings out. Usually some hubs, they have like a clip retaining the bearing itself in, but this is just a press fit, so pretty simple. You start with a 27mm socket, and then you go for the inside of the hub and you press it outward. See, this is the inside of the hub, outside of the hub. So you start with the spindle, you press that out, and once that's out, you go ahead and you use a 36mm socket, go from the back side right there, and then do the same thing, press that out from the inside out. That's the way it works. But before you press this out, you do have to take off this little guard piece right here, and then it'll expose the bearing so you can press it out.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
Alright guys, we're making great strides on the SRT4 project, and I hope y'all are enjoying this content. I tell you what, it's kind of like relaxing for me. It's kind of like therapy when I'm editing, but I hope you guys are enjoying the content and how I lay it all out. But we made great strides on this episode again. The hub's right here, all nice and pretty, painted up. We got new bearings, everything's nice and tight on it. We got new lower ball joints because whenever I took those out, I noticed that they were really bad. So went ahead and took care of that, and then we got that wiring harness for the most part taken care of, other than the repairs I got to do on the bottom end of it. But yeah, man, great strides are made on this episode, and I'm just gonna keep on swanging and banging it and mess that up. But keep swanging and banging on this thing, man. I'm gonna take advantage of the downtime, and we're gonna get this thing put together. I can't wait to hear this thing run. So I'm going to wrap this episode up, but I'm about to start filming for the next episode. So if you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. That way you get notified of whenever I release the next one. So that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Y'all peace out.